Welcome back to our Paradise Island. Island of Paradise?
Yeah,
Paradise
something
Island.
like that. Welcome here.
Welcome here. It's so good to see you.
We're gonna play a game.
We're gonna bowl.
I feel like when you go on vacation, there's like a bunch of random things that you can do, and I feel like bowling might be one of them. I'll be honest, I've never been to a tropical island. These also only have 2 holes. Mine does anyways. Oh no, that's the lie. Mine has 2.
I feel like a giant right now.
Austin told me we couldn't use this one.
Well,
But I personally thought this one would be the best one. It's a little different.
It would be the best one, but too easy.
Well, we're gonna see who can hit down all the pins.
Okay.
I think you can. I believe in you.
This feels weird. It's such a little table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome. Oh no! The ball!
I went down the waterfall.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Ah! You had 1 left. Okay. Don't fight the bowling pin. Jeez Louise. There's hair on this one, and it's gross.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Have you guys ever gone to like a beach or like somewhere where they have like really fun like beach games and stuff? One time when I was in Quebec, I went to this place and it was like a resort in Quebec. It was wild, and they had like a whole like swimming games and stuff, and you could play like volleyball in the water. It was cool. Okay.
Taking this away.
Yeah, I really think that would be more fun though. Okay, are you ready? I'm gonna do the granny bowl because I can't bowl very well.
Wow.
It was kind of bowling. Well, okay, we are gonna talk about someone today. We're talking about something interesting.
Yeah. Someone with a lot of dreams. Maybe you know about him. But everyone has dreams. I always forget my dreams. What about you? Do you remember them?
Not really. I remember very specific dreams, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had a dream that you were falling? Do you guys remember any of your dreams? Maybe you do.
I feel like I've had a dream where I'm falling and like I wake up like
I've never had a dream
I'm
like
just
that.
in bed. And fine.
You're not falling.
I'm not falling. Have you ever had a dream that someone was chasing you?
Yeah.
That'd be scary.
Yeah, those aren't fun dreams. I don't like those ones. Have you ever dreamed that you were flying?
No.
No?
That'd be cool though.
It would be cool. Like
Have
a
you ever
plane?
had a dream about yourself in the future?
Yeah, I think I've had a dream like that. Have you guys ever had a future dream? Like maybe you're like a doctor or something.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Today we will learn about, have you guessed who it is yet? Joseph. We're going to learn about Joseph, who had dreams about what would happen in the future. So in his case, those dreams would actually come true, but not right away.
So we're gonna get into our Bible story.
Bible story. Okay, bye. There's so many baubles here. I don't know what to do. Okay, so sometimes people use what is called a dream board. I had never really heard about this. I thought it was like only in movies, but I guess it's a real thing. It's to help them plan out their own futures. This dream board is going to help us show us Joseph's dreams about the future. So we have the Bible here, and as we go through it, we're going to see what is happening. Also, say hi to Emma. Hi, Emma.
Hi.
Oh no, I got
Hello.
the moon.
We would need that.
Okay, so if you want to follow along, we're in Genesis. I think we've been in Genesis all week, all month. Genesis 37, 1. Oh, you know what? I was so close. I was at 47. I flipped to 47. That's very impressive. Okay, 37, 1 to 28. And we're going to, I think the plan is we're going to put them up while we figure out what's happening. Okay, here we go. So Jacob settled again in the land of Canaan, where his father had lived as a foreigner. This is the account of Jacob and his family. When Joseph was 17 years old, he often tended his father's flock. Are you guys 17? No, I don't think you are. He often attended his father's flock. He worked for his half-brothers, the sons of his father's wives, Bilhah and Zilpah. I can't say that right. But Joseph reported to his father some of the bad things his brothers were doing. Jacob loved Joseph more than any of his children because Joseph had been born to him in his old age. He was real old when Joseph showed up. So one day, Jacob had a special gift made for him. Can you guess what it was? It was a beautiful, colorful robe. But his brothers hated Joseph because their father loved him more than the rest of them. They couldn't say a kind word about him. One night, Joseph had a dream. And when he told his brothers about it, they hated him even more. Listen to this dream, he said. We were out in the field tying up bundles of grain. Suddenly, my bundle stood up and your bundles all gathered around and bowed low before mine. His brothers responded, so you think you will be our king? Do you think that? Do you actually think you will reign over us? They were obviously not impressed. And they hated him all the more because of his dream. And the way he talked about them. Soon, Joseph had another dream. Man, this guy slept a lot. I mean, probably good. Sleeping is good. And again, he told his brothers about it. Listen, I've had another dream, he said. The sun, moon, and 11 stars. So he had 11 brothers, and there were 11 stars bowed low before me. This time he told the dream to his father as well to his brothers, but his father scolded him. What kind of dream is that? He asked. Will your mother and I and your brothers actually come and bow to the ground before you? But while his brothers were jealous of Joseph, his father wondered what the dream meant. Soon after Joseph's brothers went to the pasture their father's flock at Shalem. When they had gone for some time, Jacob said to Joseph, your brothers are pasturing the sheep at Shem. Get ready and I will send you to them. I'm ready to go, Joseph replied. Go and see how your brothers and the flocks are getting along, Jacob said. Then come back and report to me. So Jacob sent him on his way, and Joseph traveled to Shalem from their home in the valley of Hebron. Can you say that with me? Hebron. Interesting. When he arrived there, a man from the area noticed him wandering around the countryside. What are you looking for? He asked. I'm looking for my brothers, Joseph replied. Do you know where they are? They're pasturing their sheep. Yes, the man said. They have moved on from here, but I heard them say, let's go on to Dothan. So Joseph followed his brothers to Dothan and found them there. Now this is when it gets a little wild. When Joseph's brothers saw him coming, they recognized him in the distance. As he approached, they made a plan to get rid of him. They made a plan to kill him. And they said, here comes the dreamer, they said. Come on, let's kill him and throw him into one of these cisterns. It's like a little hole that wasn't easy to get out of. We can tell our father a wild animal has come and eaten him. Then we'll see what becomes of his dreams. But then Reuben heard their scheme. He came to Joseph's rescue. Let's not kill him, he said. He was like, no thanks. Why should we shed any blood? Let's just throw him inside the empty hole here in the wilderness. And then eventually, he'll run out of water and food, and nature will take care of him. Reuben was secretly planning to rescue Joseph and return them to his father. So when Joseph arrived, his brothers ripped off his beautiful robe that he was wearing so they could use it as like look what happened, look what we found. Then they grabbed him and threw him into the hole. Now the hole was empty and there was no water in it. Then just as they were sitting down to eat, they looked up and saw a cavern of camels in the distance coming toward them. It was a group of traders. They traded like lots of things like leaves and stuff like that, all the way down to Egypt. So Judah said to his brothers, what will we gain by killing our brother? His blood would just give us a guilty conscience. So they made the decision, instead of hurting him, let's sell him to these traders. After all, he is our brother, our own flesh and blood. And his brothers agreed. So when they're called the Ishmaelites, not the Israelites, you ready? Ishmaelites, who were Midianite traders, came by, Joseph's brothers pulled him out of the hole and sold him to them for 20 pieces of silver and traded him to Egypt. Wow. What? That was a wild story. Well, it was a true story, but it's wild.
Yeah, well, you can't really tell what it means, but it seems like Joseph's dreams meant he was going to become someone very important.
Well, Joseph's brothers were not super happy about that. They were so angry, that through a series of poor decisions, Joseph ended up being traded to those merchants and headed away from his home all the way to, did you catch what it said? Egypt. They ended up going to Egypt.
Yeah. Well, Joseph's dreams don't seem very promising now, do they? The thing is, Even though the circumstances looked like the opposite, God was looking out for Joseph, just waiting for the perfect moment for those dreams to be made true.
Amazing.
All right.
So what we can kind of learn from that story is we don't always know when God's promises will be fulfilled, but we do know that they will be at the right time. We just need to be patient and wait for God, because our big idea today is, drumroll, God's promises might take time, and we have a little fishy here. We have a fish. Don't worry. The fish is there.
Here we go.
Bam! God's promises might take time. So good. All right, we're going to see what you guys remember from our story today in your favorite segment.
Questions with Austin.
And I'm Austin. Welcome back to... How can I grab my microphone? Welcome back. All right, question number 1. Joseph's dreams were about stalks of grain and about the sun and the moon. What does that mean? Do you know what it means? I don't know what it means.
I don't know.
It didn't really say in the story, but
Yeah.
we don't want to spoil it for you for next week, because we are going to learn more about what those dreams meant. So stay tuned. Next week, coming at you. Question number 2. How did Joseph's brothers feel about the dreams? Yeah,
Pretty bad.
not so good.
Yeah.
So what did they do about it?
They sold Joseph into slavery.
Yeah, not good. Not good. Well, better than killing him like their first plan.
That's
But-
true.
I guess that's the best of the worst case scenarios that were there.
Yeah.
Do you guys sometimes have trouble in your life? I know I do. Do you feel God can support you when you have those troubles, though? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? We both
Yeah.
do. Do you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's good. How do you think you can tell if our dreams are for the future, or if our dreams are for now, or they're God's plans? That's pretty tricky.
Yeah, that is pretty tricky. I wonder how Joseph knew that his dreams were God's plans and not just his own dreams.
It's a tough one. Get you guys thinking.
Yeah.
What do we need to remember when things do not seem to be going well? What does our fish say? God's promises might take time.
Yeah.
So just trust that God's promises will happen. Maybe not on your timing, but God's timing, because God knows best. All right. We have our
Awesome.
memory verse.
That we do. Okay, do you guys remember it from last week?
Last week, me and Shay didn't remember it when we were doing the game, but
We
have
got it now.
We have it written down this time, so we remember it. Do you want to do actions for it?
Sure.
You seem to have good actions.
All
Mine,
right.
I forget them the next week. Our
Okay.
memory verse is found in Joshua 21, verse 45, and it says this: "Not one of all the Lord's good promises to Israel failed. Every one was fulfilled." Okay, we'll do it one more time, just so you guys can remember. Joshua 21, 45. "Not one of all the Lord's good promises to Israel failed. Every one was fulfilled." So good. All right. We're going to hang out with our friends Carl and Callie. But before we go, we are going to pray together. So fold your hands, close your eyes. We'll focus on God. Dear Jesus, thank you for your promises to us. Even when things don't look promising, you promise to be with us and guide us through it all. You give us big dreams and help us to remember that those dreams may take some time, and that's okay. We know what's best for us, so we will wait for you to show it to us. Thank you for everyone listening and watching. Keep them safe, keep them healthy, and help them to come back next week to learn more about Joseph. In Jesus' name, amen. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Hi there, you little chicken nuggets. Me, Carl. And welcome to Grow TV.
And I'm Cassie.
Welcome to Grow TV. Introducing your host, Carl. And your co-host, Cassie. Where we learn, where we grow, and we talk about Jesus. Once again, welcome to Grow TV.
Hey everyone, we're so glad to see you today. Aren't we, Carl?
Yep, couldn't be happier.
Alright, so today we have a very special story, don't we, Carl?
We sure do. Come on, Plant. Show me something. Grow!
Hey Carl,
What's up?
maybe it's just me, but I don't feel like you're very focused today.
What do you mean?
Well, I feel like you're not really paying attention and you're just like really fixated on that plant.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear what I just said?
Of course.
What did I say then?
You said elephants are kind of cool, but they kind of stink too. But whatever. Elephants can be themselves if they want to.
What? No. What's going on, Carl?
Well, it's my Mamo's birthday this Saturday. And for her birthday, I wanted to get her a plant. The biggest plant she's ever had. So when I went to the store, this is the only one that they had. But they did tell me that it will eventually grow up and become really beautiful. It's just taking forever.
Ah, that makes sense now. I mean, I believe them when they say it's going to be big and beautiful, but I think it needs one thing.
I know. Sun and water. I've given that, but still nothing.
No, I had another idea that might help.
You do? Tell me. Cassie, please tell me. I need to know.
Well, first I want to tell you our story of the day.
I can't wait, Cassie. The birthday is next week. What does it need? Does it need motivation? I want you to grow right now. Plant, grow big for me. You can do it. I believe in you. Grow. Does it need soothing music? Come on, Plant. I believe in you. Let the smooth jazz overcome you and grow now. Does it need protein? Come on, Plant. I think these Oreo cookies have a lot of protein in them. You can do it. Grow. Does it need an inspirational movie? Look it. Barbies don't have wings. I can't think of anything.
Well, maybe the story of Joseph will help.
Who's Joseph? Did you name a plant named Joseph?
No, Joseph from the Bible.
Oh. Still no idea.
All right, well, a long time ago, there was a father who had many sons, and one of the sons was Joseph, and Joseph was very special.
Did he have like really good hearing or something?
I don't think so.
Can he speak to animals?
Don't think so.
Could he talk to
How
live?
about I finish the story and we can ask the questions after?
Sounds good.
So one day when Joseph was a kid, he had a really strange dream that all of his brothers would bow down to him and he would be a ruler. And you can imagine his brothers didn't like that.
I bet. So what happened next?
Well, the brothers were so jealous of Joseph that they threw him into a pit.
Well, did they get him out of there? Why would anyone treat someone like that?
I wish I could say they helped him, but they didn't. In fact, they did something even worse. Joseph's brothers decided to pull him out of the pit and sell him to merchants passing by.
That is horrible.
It is horrible. People should never be sold. And his brothers did it for a measly 20 shekels of silver.
Everything is going wrong. How can this ever go right?
Well, Joseph was forced to work as a slave in Egypt for many years. He did okay and was finding a way to survive in a new culture that wasn't his own. But then bam, he was put in jail for something he didn't do. But you know what?
What?
Joseph eventually made his way into becoming the second most powerful leader in Egypt. Even his brothers would one day come to Egypt and find themselves bowing down to him.
Just like his dream.
Exactly. God promised him something, and it took years to actually come true.
Wow, that's really cool. I guess it's hard to wait that long.
True, but God's promises are worth it, and God knows what's best for us.
You're right. So the plant may take a while to grow. I guess that's okay. Some things take time. God's promises might take time.
Whoa!
Whoa, that's our big idea. Today's big idea is God's promises might take time.
On the count of 3, say it out loud, okay? 1,
2, 3. God's promises might take time. Woohoo! They sure might. But good job.
So are you okay with your plant growing slowly?
Yeah, my mama will love it, even if it takes a little longer to grow.
Good. Plus you can always buy her chocolate. She loves chocolate.
That's true, but she's also very lactose intolerant, so she might fart a lot. That's all, kids.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Bro TV.
Hey friends, how are you today? Shout it out! I think I've got to be the best at making slime ever. Do you like playing with slime? I can make slime out of anything. Toilet paper, anything. Even sand. Speaking of sand, I wonder where my friend Dan is today. Hey Dan, what are you up to?
Hey, Callie, I found the most interesting creature, and I'm so fascinated.
What did you find?
Callie, I found a turtle. A turtle doesn't care how fast the world is moving around it. It will move whenever it wants to.
So it can't go fast?
Not at all. Have you ever felt the need to want to go faster or get somewhere faster, but you still have to move slowly?
Oh, yes. Whenever it's time for school to end, it feels like it's taking longer than usual.
Exactly. That reminds me of the Bible story of Joseph.
It's time for our Bible story. A long time ago, there was a man named Joseph. Joseph was a part of a very large family, so large that he had 11 brothers.
11? That's a lot of brothers.
Yes, 11 brothers. Out of all the sons that his father had, Joseph was by far the favorite, and his father gave him a beautiful coat with lots of colors. The brothers were not happy about that. They became pretty upset and became jealous of Joseph.
Oh no!
Things became worse for Joseph during this time because he would get special dreams telling the future. For example, he dreamt about 11 stalks of grain bowing to him. And then he also dreamt about the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowing to him as well.
What did that mean?
Most likely, it was a dream that reminded him of the brothers in his family. 11 stalks of grain, 11 stars. I'm sure Joseph thought of his 11 brothers when he woke up. The dream suggested that Joseph would become someone very important, maybe even more influential than all of his brothers.
I hope he didn't tell his brothers his dream.
I know, right? But he did tell them, and it made things worse. The brothers ignored all of the dreams and great things that Joseph told them would happen and came up with a plan to make him go away.
How did they do that?
They put Joseph in a hole in the ground, and when some traveling merchants came by, they gave Joseph to them to take far away.
Merchants?
Merchants are people who sell and buy things. These merchants were on their way to Egypt, and now Joseph was too.
That's very sad.
It was, but Joseph knew the dreams he was getting came from God. Wonderful dreams that God would make happen one day. He knew he had to wait and trust God, even though he was far away from home now.
Isn't that so interesting though, friends? Joseph knew that God promised great things, but it probably felt like they were never going to happen when he got into that bit of trouble with his brothers. But you know what? We're going to find out next time that Joseph's story is nowhere near done. I know that God will keep those promises in the end. Maybe now I can work on being more patient in school when the day is ending. Or not. Catch you next time, friends. Bye. Callie out.